Alright everyone, buckle up because we're about to dive into the amazing world of debt destruction with the Debt Snowball Method. This little trick is like a financial superpower, but instead of shooting lasers from your eyes, you'll be shooting laser beams straight at your debt and saying sayonara to those pesky loan sharks. Well, maybe not loan sharks, but you get the idea. Now, the Debt Snowball Method might sound intimidating, but fear not, my friends. It's actually pretty straightforward. Basically, you tackle your debts one at a time, starting with the smallest in terms of total amount owed, not necessarily interest rate. Every penny you can muster goes towards obliterating that little debt gremlin, and once it's gone, you use the money you were paying on it, plus the money you were paying on the minimums of your other debts to crush the next one on your list. It's like an avalanche of financial freedom rolling down a mountain of debt. Unstoppable. But how do you really make the Snowball Method work its magic? Let's get specific with some killer tips. Number 1, listed out, Snowball Fighter. Alright, debt slayers, let's get down to brass tacks. The first step in the Debt Snowball Method is like mapping out your financial battlefield. Grab a notebook, your phone's notepad, even a napkin if you're hardcore, anything to craft your debt destruction battle plan. Here, you'll list every single debt you owe. Credit cards, store loans, that lingering student loan for, let's say, advanced interpretive dance, no judgment. Include the debt name, the interest rate. Think of it as the enemy's evil weapon. And the current balance. This is your personal Mount Doom, and we're about to turn it into Mount Kicked in the Shins. For example, let's say you have a credit card with a balance of $800 and a nasty 18% interest rate. You also owe $300 in a store loan with a slightly less evil 12% interest. List them both down. This might seem daunting, but trust me, facing your foe head-on is the first step to conquering it. Plus, seeing all your debts in one place can be surprisingly motivating. Imagine the satisfaction of crossing them off one by one. It'll be like finally finding that missing sock in the dryer, but way better. Number 2, minimum wage mayhem, but the good kind. This might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people ditch the minimum payments in favor of attacking the bigger debt. Here's the thing. Missing a minimum payment can hurt your credit score, making it harder and more expensive to borrow money in the future. Think car loans or mortgages. Think of minimum payments like those pesky little goblins guarding the mountain paths to Nordel, Dead Mountain that is. They might slow you down, but they won't stop you entirely. Minimum payments ensure you don't get into collection headaches while focusing your main attack on that student loan for interpretive dance. Hey, some art forms are expensive. Here's a real-life example. Let's say you have a credit card with a $500 minimum payment and a personal loan with a $100 minimum payment. While you might want to throw everything at the personal loan, Number 3, Avalanche, that small debt. Here's where the snowball gets rolling. Okay, let's zoom in on that critical debt destroying move, avalanching the smallest debt. It might sound counterintuitive, but trust me, this is where the snowball really starts rolling downhill. Here's why. Imagine you have 2 credit cards. One has a nasty 18% interest rate, but a balance of only $500. The other has a more manageable 10% interest rate but a whooping $2,000 balance. Mathematically, lacking the 18% monster first saves you more money in the long run. But with the Snowball Method, we're looking for psychological warfare against debt. So, we focus on crashing the $500 debt. Every spare penny you have goes towards extra payments on that card. Ramen noodles for lunch? Boom! That saved $10 straight to the debt attack. Once that $500 debt is obliterated, bam! Instant motivational victory. It's like finally cleaning out your junk drawer and finding a forgotten wad of cash. Except instead of a dusty $5 bill, it's the exhilarating feeling of conquering a debt and freeing up some breathing room in your budget. This win does more than just clear a small balance. It's a psychological kickstart. You see progress, you feel empowered, and guess what? That extra money you were paying on the $500 debt, we snowball it into the next fight. Now, you're attacking the bigger debt with more firepower, and that avalanche of financial freedom is getting closer and closer. Number 4, debt demolition snowball grows bigger. Alright. Let's zoom in on that snowball's incredible growth spurt. Imagine you owe $200 a month on a credit card with a measly $500 balance. That's your first target. Once you've paid it off completely, think confetti and happy dance. You're not just celebrating, you're weaponizing your victory. And here's how. Take that $200 you were throwing at the punny $500 debt and add it to the minimum payment you're already making on your next debt. Let's say a student loan with a balance of $3,000. Ouch! Originally, you might have only been paying the minimum of $50 a month. But now, with your $200 debt slaying superpower, you're attacking that loan with $250 each month. $200 free up payment and $50 minimum. That's a 500% increase in firepower. This snowball effect keeps rolling. Each conquer debt adds its previous payment amount to your war chest, allowing you to demolish the next one even faster. It's like Goku powering up every time he defeats a villain. You're becoming a super saver. By the time you reach those bigger loans, you'll be a financial wrecking crew leaving a trail of paid-off debts in your wake. Remember, it might not feel like a huge leap at first, but trust the process. Every extra penny you throw at your debt is like another brick in the wall you're building towards financial freedom. And that wall, my friend, is gonna be way sturdier than your landlord's promises to fix the leaky faucet next week. Number 5, repeat and dominate. Keep at it, my friends. Every debt you demolish adds momentum. This is where the snowball really starts to avalanche. Imagine you owe $200 on a credit card and $1,000 on a student loan. You throw every spare penny at the $200 debt like crazy overtime pay or that birthday cash from grandma. In a month or two, bam, that debt is toast. Now, take the $20 you were paying on that credit card and add it to the minimum payment of your student loan. Let's say that minimum payment is $50. Now you're throwing $70 at that student loan each month. It might not seem like much, but over time, it adds up. Think of it like this. You're building a financial snowball. Each debt you crush adds more snow to the ball, making it bigger and more powerful. Soon, you'll be rolling over your debts like an unstoppable avalanche, leaving a trail of financial freedom in your wake. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but with consistent effort, you'll be waving goodbye to debt and saying hello to a future overflowing with financial possibilities. So, there you have it. The Debt Snowball Method, your key to unlocking financial freedom and saying hasta la vista to debt. Now get out there and start crushing those debts. Because remember, a debt-free future is the best future. What do you think about this topic? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nordel Media channel. Until next time, see you!